In the dawn of the 5th century BC, a powerful empire eyed the city-states of Greece with imperialistic intent. This was none other than the Persian Empire, a vast and potent force stretching from Egypt to India under the rule of King Darius I. Darius, a monarch synonymous with ambition, sought to extend his dominion even further, casting his gaze towards the relatively small yet fiercely independent city-states of Greece. The Persian Empire's expansion was not unopposed. Resistance brewed in its western territories, culminating in the Ionian Revolt. The Ionians, Greek inhabitants of Asia Minor, weary of Persian rule, rose in rebellion against Darius. This was more than a mere insurrection. It was a struggle for freedom, a battle against foreign domination. And it was here, in this moment of defiance, that Athens, the cradle of democracy, stepped into the picture. The Athenians, ever the champions of liberty, came to the aid of their fellow Greeks in Asia Minor. They sent a fleet of ships and a contingent of hoplites, heavily armed foot soldiers, to bolster the Ionian ranks. This act of solidarity marked Athens as a beacon of resistance against Persian aggression. Yet this Athenian intervention was not taken lightly by Darius. The Persian king, already irked by the Ionian revolt, was further incensed by Athens' audacity to challenge his might. To him, this was not just a rebellion to quell, but a direct affront to his imperial authority. A stern response was in order, a display of Persian might that would serve as a warning to all who dared defy the empire. The Persian wrath was swift and brutal. The Ionian cities were sacked, their inhabitants enslaved. And yet the Persian king's vengeance was not sated. His eyes now turned to Athens, the city that dared to aid the Ionians. The Athenians, undeterred, prepared to defend their freedom at all costs. Thus, the stage was set for a confrontation that would echo through the ages, the Battle of Marathon. As the Persian fleet approached, Athens, a budding democracy, stood defiant. In the heart of Greece, the city-state of Athens was no stranger to adversity. Yet as the ominous Persian fleet loomed on the horizon, it was not fear, but determination that gripped the Athenian hearts. They were acutely aware of the Persian might, but the Athenians were resolved to resist, to fight for their freedom and their nascent democracy. The Athenians knew their decision to defy the Persian Empire was a perilous one. The strategic importance of Marathon, a coastal plain just a day's march from Athens, was not lost on them. Marathon was the perfect battleground, its flat terrain ideal for the Persians' formidable cavalry. Yet it was also a choke point, a place where the Athenians could hold their ground and prevent the Persian forces from reaching Athens. In this dire hour, the Athenians sent a plea for help to Sparta, their erstwhile rivals. The Spartans were known for their military prowess, and their aid could tip the scales in Athens' favor. However, a religious festival held the Spartans back, and they could not march until the full moon, leaving Athens to stand alone. But Athens was not without its own champions. 10,000 Athenian hoplites, citizen soldiers, took to the field, led by the triumvirate of generals: Miltiades, Callimachus, and Themistocles. Miltiades, the seasoned warrior known for his strategic genius; Callimachus, the polemarch, whose courage was the stuff of legends; and Themistocles, the astute statesman whose vision would shape the future of Athens. Each brought their unique strengths to the fore, bolstering the Athenian resolve. Facing an enemy many times their number, the Athenians knew the odds were against them. They knew the battle at Marathon could very well be their last stand. Yet they stood unflinching, their spirits unbroken. They were ready to fight, ready to die if need be, for their city, their freedom, their democracy. In the face of overwhelming odds, the Athenians prepared to meet their fate at Marathon. On a fateful day in September 490 BC, a sea of Persian warriors met the unyielding line of Athenian hoplites. Picture a battlefield under the Mediterranean sun, a vast plain stretching between the mountains and the sea. The Athenians, outnumbered almost 5-1, stood their ground at the center. Their ranks were thin, vulnerable, a seemingly easy target for the might of the Persian Empire. Yet the Athenians were not just any warriors. They were hoplites, the embodiment of unity and discipline, their bronze armor gleaming, their spears pointing menacingly towards the enemy. The Athenians had chosen a unique formation, one that was as cunning as it was daring. Their center was deliberately weakened, a tempting bait for the Persian forces. The Athenian flanks, however, were heavily reinforced, ready to envelop the Persian onslaught in a deadly embrace. It was a strategy born out of necessity, a desperate gamble that relied on the superior discipline and courage of the Athenian warriors. Across the battlefield, the Persian force watched, a sea of men under a forest of spears. They had expected an easy victory, a swift conclusion to their invasion of Greece. The Athenians, however, had other plans. Then, with a thunderous roar, the Athenians charged. It was a move as surprising as it was audacious. The Persian archers barely had time to let their arrows fly before the Athenians were upon them. The hoplites' shields formed a wall of bronze, their spears a forest of death. The Persian front line buckled under the onslaught, the center giving way as the Athenians pushed forward. The battle was joined, the clash of bronze on bronze, the shouts of men, the cries of the fallen, all merging into a symphony of war. Yet amidst the chaos, the Athenian strategy held. Their center, though thin, did not break. Their flanks, though pressured, did not falter. The Athenians, against all odds, had seized the initiative, shocking the Persian force. The stage was set for one of the most significant battles in human history, a battle that would shape the course of Western civilization. The Battle of Marathon had begun. As the battle raged on, a daring maneuver by the Athenians turned the tide. No longer were they the underdogs, the Athenians had become the hunters. The Athenian army, under the command of General Miltiades, knowing they were outnumbered, had spread their line thin to match the width of the Persian front. This left their center weak but their wings strong. The Persian army, confident in their overwhelming numbers, charged straight into the Athenian center, expecting to break through with ease. However, the Athenians held firm, their resolve unbroken. This was the moment that Miltiades had been waiting for. With the Persian center occupied, the Athenian wings moved in, enveloping the Persian flanks in a classic military maneuver known as a double envelopment. Caught off guard and surrounded, panic spread through the Persian ranks like wildfire. The mighty Persian Empire, known for its military prowess, was in disarray. General Miltiades, the architect of this audacious strategy, watched as his plan unfolded. His gamble had paid off. The Athenians, once considered the underdogs, were now overpowering the mighty Persian military. Miltiades' bravery and tactical genius were truly on display that day. As the Persians attempted to retreat, they found themselves trapped between the Athenian forces and the sea. There was no escape. The rout was complete. The Persian forces were driven back onto their ships, fleeing the battlefield in a hasty and disorderly fashion. The Athenians had stood their ground, fought with courage, and won the day against a seemingly invincible foe. This battle, this turning of the tide, would echo through the annals of history. It was a testament to the power of strategy, courage, and determination. It demonstrated that, even against overwhelming odds, victory was possible. It was a lesson in the art of warfare, a study of cunning and audacity. The Athenians had achieved what was thought impossible, a victory over the mighty Persian Empire. This was more than just a military conquest. It was a defining moment in history, a beacon of hope for all those who dared to stand against tyranny. The Battle of Marathon was not merely a military victory, but a defining moment in history. This pivotal confrontation marked a turning point, not only for the Greeks but for the course of Western civilization. In the aftermath of the battle, the Athenians, despite being vastly outnumbered, had achieved an improbable victory. This triumph boosted the Greek confidence in an unprecedented way, inspiring a sense of invincibility within Athens. The city-state, previously just a small player on the world stage, now stood tall as a formidable force. A beacon of resilience and determination, this newfound confidence laid the groundwork for what would become the golden age of Athens, a period of intellectual and artistic advancement that still influences modern thought and culture. Among the numerous legends born from the Battle of Marathon, one stands out: the story of Pheidippides. This Athenian messenger, according to lore, ran the approximate 26 miles from Marathon to Athens without pause to deliver the news of victory, only to collapse and die from exhaustion. Whether fact or fiction, this tale has left an indelible mark, inspiring the marathon race, a testament to the human capacity for endurance. The Battle of Marathon's influence extends far beyond the borders of Greece. It was a decisive moment in the clash between East and West, setting a precedent for later conflicts. It demonstrated that a unified, strategic force could defy the odds and overcome a seemingly invincible enemy. This timeless lesson of courage, strategy, and unity has been echoed throughout history, from the Roman Empire to the World Wars. In essence, the Battle of Marathon was more than a military clash. It was a clash of cultures, ideologies, and ways of life. It shaped the trajectory of Western civilization, and its legacy continues to shape our world today. Though millennia have passed, the echoes of Marathon still resonate, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity